There's a YouTube show full of fun facts you need to know.
I think possibly a little bit of a strange start this morning. Hola, bom dia, alegria, Munson here with the Good Morning Portugal show, the live stream and the podcast. I was live streaming just to myself. Hopefully now we're coming out live and direct on YouTube and Facebook. Good morning to you. Yeah, hola, bom dia, tudo bem? Let me know how you're doing. That's better. Good morning to you, Sarah. Great to see you this morning. Excellent to see you. And yes, I was just saying, it was a very interesting day yesterday for me in terms of getting involved in local politics. I'll say more about that in a little while. I want to play some music to get the party started this morning. Our guest today, Antonio Barbosa, the man in the Minho. Let's see if his Minho is moist or dry this morning. And Joao do Norte also joining us, both in the north of Portugal. So news from the north. What's up? As in, yeah, what's up in the north there with those two gentlemen? Of course. Oh, nearly spilt some juice. I don't normally drink juice, but I mean, I feel like I'm in need of some urgent rehydration here. It was the Good Morning Portugal wine club last night, and I was commending to the house the beauty of Portuguese supermarket wines, the own brands, which I think you would probably steer clear of in my native United Kingdom. But here they proudly share very, very well competitively priced wines of all kinds from all over the country, and very good they are too. So I was flying the flag for those and having a bit of a giggle in the lock-in at the Good Morning Portugal Wine Club lock-in last night. Great fun. Andero, good morning to you. Bon dia Malta. What a beautiful morning. Haircut, shower, shave and a shopping trip in that order. Yes, it's probably best to, yeah, I would say so, that we approve of that order this morning. And yeah, a little bit of a camera malfunction or software malfunction. The magic of my backdrop, where it's normally zoomed in a little, looks better, but you're seeing the magic of show business being revealed. Authentic. I can't zoom in any tighter than that. Every day a different technical challenge. There are so many intricate technical things going on with this every day. And that's not a boast. I mean, that's just the truth of it, isn't it? Our computers are miracles. And then when you add in live streaming technology, it's just extraordinary. But this morning, today's technical challenge, Mercury in retrograde, Mrs. M, seemed to be that I couldn't zoom in any tighter than that. We will have the other view while we play some music. And talking of which, should we start the show with some music? Yeah, Man in the Minho to come. And Joao do Norte are joining us today. Let's hear. We've got our vizinho Portuguese. We have Antonio, the other Antonio F, our Portuguese neighbour, and our vizinho Portuguese. Who is? I think that was the bit I didn't record. I wanted to say this morning how much I'm enjoying the Portuguese course on the Portugal Club and how much confidence it's given me. So when I was in my political meetings yesterday, I was able to keep up and understand what was going on. Check me out at the Junta de Freguesia, having meetings about politics and then being involved in a photo shoot with the president. It was a little bit odd as well. I may have time to say more about that. And of course, we need to speak to Antonio B and Joao do Norte, Joao H as well this morning. Morning to you, T-Duck. Great to see you, mate. Bon dia, alegria, campus. And yes, before I met with the president and was involved in a political photo shoot up on the hill there, I managed to film a great video, which I think you saw as well, Coach. Bon dia todos e feliz terça. How are you all? We're great here, it would appear. Let's hear from Ana Moura, shall we, this morning? Yeah, and as I was saying before, I interrupted myself about 5 times already this morning. Ana Moura has been recommended to us. Vizinho Português Antonio F, building a compendium of Portuguese music, our introduction to Portuguese music at the Portugal Club. And he sent me another batch of Portuguese artists. And I just had to play Ana Moura, seeing the energy in her music, the top fadista Ana Moura. I had to play her music for you. So we'll be back after this morning.
Manhã na minha rua, sol pela janela, o senhor jeitoso da trégua sobe aqui. O galo descansa, ri-se a criança, hoje não há birra, se tudo diz que sim. O casal em guerra do segundo andar fez as pazes, está lá fora a namorar. Cada dia é um bico de obra, uma carga de trabalhos, faz-nos falta renovar baterias, há razões de sobra para celebrarmos hoje com um fado.
There you go, Anamura there, and Dia de Folga. What does that mean? Come on, do some work behind the scenes, if you will. Oh, I've got John H's music. His walk on music is really. Antonio Barbosa hasn't got back to me yet with his walk on music. He'll be joining me first in about 10 minutes' time. So yeah, what does Dia de Folga mean? It's not a dia de folhada. Yeah, maybe you could do a little bit of Portuguese homework right here and right now. Dia de folga. What does that mean? Good morning to you, Mel, also here this morning. And look, if you want a very... Bom dia, Portugal. I think we could do that for you here, John. And I wonder if this little video has any echo on it. I'll tell you what, let me just press the echo cancellation button so that is awkward on your ears. And let's hear from... John with his good morning. Where have we still got that somewhere? I think we do, don't we? We've got Mike's version, and we've got Coach T's version. It's not that one there. Where's it gone? That's bizarre. Oh, there's John.
Bom dia, Portugal!
He will be here to say that himself in just a moment. Glad to be back in the live environment of a morning here on the Good Morning Portugal show with music. Back in the live slot between 8 and 9 in the morning. So there we have Anamura's store where you can buy some of her socks. I'm guessing probably no, they're not her socks, are they? They're brand new socks. €12 for a pair of socks. I suppose it is merch. It's official merch. And you can buy one of her tunes on pink vinyl. Which tunes did you have on coloured vinyl? Gosh, I had picture discs as well. I think I bought Blondie's Parallel Lines on a picture disc. That was amazing, wasn't it? That little moment, that little bit of gimmickry and vinyl. And T-shirts as well there. And also, if you saw earlier on the screen I was sharing, dates to see Anamura. She's playing on the 12th of this month. She's in Latvia doing that. My goodness, right, okay. And she's in Porto de Vagim on the 20th of September. 21st of November, she'll be in Coimbra and Espinho, Portugal. So we could have James, the old guy in Europe, could pop along. That sounds like it's sold out. Tickets aren't available for that, or maybe they're not on sale, or it's sold out. 25th of November and the 29th of November, she will be in Santa Maria de Feira. That's Anamura there. And just to tell you a little bit more about her, she was born here in Portugal, I believe. Let's have a look. She is 1979, known as Anamura. She was born. Ana Cláudia Moura Pereira is a Portuguese fado singer, an internationally recognized singer. At that, she was the youngest fadista to be nominated for a Dutch Edison Award. I wonder what happens when you're an artist and someone rings up and says, I'm ringing on behalf of the Dutch Edison Award panel. You've won one. Do singers know immediately what the Edison Award is? I wonder. It's got to be something to do with radio, isn't it? And music and sound. Anamura, born 17 September 79 in Santarém, from Portuguese and some Angolan ancestry, starting her childhood in Coruche. She also lived in Coruche before settling with her parents in Carcavelos. So there you go. That's Anamura, bringing us up to date. Yes, never mind the ball bags, as it were. I was thinking, did I have that as a pic? It was a gatefold, wasn't it? It was quite a masterpiece, the Sex Pistols. And I can say it because it was actually called that. Never mind the bollocks. Picture disc album, still got it. Oh, send us a picture of that one day. And Bondi comes from Mike. It's gone a bit quiet with your music requests. That's not the button I hope to press. That is, though. There you go. Yeah, it's got a bit quiet. Put them over. If I put the link for you for the Portugal Club where we're putting together, this will be a nice memoir actually as well. Oh, we've got a new. Somebody's already done it. Barandi, wake up! It's a beautiful morning. Thanks, Barandi. That's what I'm talking about. Popping over there and requesting a tune. You asked for that the other day. You've popped it in the link. So it's going to get played now. Thank you very much indeed. Right. Let me just make sure everybody's got that link for requesting tunes. Keep them all in the same place. Very good chance of things being played because of that. How are you doing this morning, Mike and Mel? And anyone else who's actually tuned in and listening but hasn't said hello yet, please say hi. We don't bite. Not usually. And we've all had breakfast, have we not? Or are people intermittent fasting here? And oh, no, I don't eat until 7 o'clock in the evening. Temperatures in the 30s all July here in the Corellia and Pontelima. Panties de Lima, Ponta de Lima area have had to mix in with. Do you know what? I'm going to eventually rename all of Portugal. We've got Alviagra. There's no reason why you shouldn't be Panties de Lima. Have had to mix in several trips to the seaside to get cooler weather, always 10 degrees cooler. Yeah, yesterday I was aware of a very cool and refreshing and welcome breeze yesterday here in San Martinho Bay. It was quite hot yesterday, but we had that very nice Atlantic breeze. Great rock and roll swindle was Gatefold. There you go. I really like that. Did the disco track, the Sex Pistols disco track. Do you remember that? Never Mind the Bollocks was a strange half-cut cover showing the picture disc inside. Getting a bit nerdy there with your vinyl, and very good. I'd love to see some pictures of those. P.S. My Swindle album, no way. The whole band? That's got to be worth a fortune if Sid Vicious has signed that as well. Good morning, everyone, from Gemini this morning. Well, I think we need to squeeze the Boo Radleys in. Who doesn't like to squeeze a Boo Radley in first thing in the morning? That's a great start to the day. Thank you very much for that suggestion. Cheers for that. That's being added to the playlist as we speak. Thank you very much. Getting ready with John H, his walk on music. And Antonio Barbosa still resisting. I think he thinks I'm joking. So let's go to the this. I've still got to do this switching between tunes. I shouldn't have you with this, but anyway. Let's. Sadly, all except Sid Vicious. Okay, yeah. That's still quite the relic, isn't it? I'm sure very valuable. Excellent stuff. Let's play the Boo Radleys for you, shall we? And wake up, Boo. Come on, then. There you go. Wake up. It's a beautiful morning. Feel the sunshine for your eyes. Wake up, it's a beautiful wake up. What could be the day we last time? 25. Don't recall the time I felt this alive. So wake up, boo. Wake up. There's so many things for us to do. Things that we could do. It's so Good ending. Who doesn't like a big finish and a sudden ending? A lot of DJs don't actually, for understandable reasons. While they're still in the lavatory or out on the fire exit having a smoke, and Boo Radley suddenly stopped like that. Thank you very much. Great suggestion, Andero. I was always jealous of a mate who had the Sticky Fingers album. Yes, that was the name of a band. They were British, weren't they? I'm not sure. Anyway, had a fly zip on the front. That's a bit racy and special, isn't it? Best I had was the Electric Warrior with a free poster. Still have the album. I was trying to quickly look that up. What? I'm sorry, I'm a bit caught short with that myself. Electric Warrior. Is that the name of the album or the band? For some reason, I'm thinking of Eddie Grant. Oh, T-Rex. That is a terrible omission on my part. And I've got a little bit of with Electric Warrior. I didn't know that. I should know that. When I played T-Rex at our disco and karaoke, it cleared the floor, and I'm thinking maybe with American friends they don't know a lot about T-Rex. But yeah, it completely cleared the floor. It was one of those really embarrassing and difficult moments. Worth noting, says Sarah. Which bit? The Sticky Fingers album? No, Sticky Fingers was a. Oh, okay. I thought Sticky Fingers was a. Oh, I'm thinking of Stiff Little Fingers, aren't I? Which is getting us into even more trouble here. Okay, so Sticky Fingers, Rolling Stones album, not Stiff Little Fingers. And that had a zip on the front cover, did it? Worth noting, a Portuguese driver was extraordinarily polite to me on my bike at a difficult intersection. Well, that's very nice. Did you get waved on? I think there's a care, isn't there, for cyclists here in Portugal, because a lot of people are hobby cyclists out on their touring bikes of a weekend. Is the Dame of Stiff Little Fingers? I don't know. There's lots of things I'm not understanding suddenly in the chat this morning. Is it the same for you, I wonder? Manuel, good to see you. And yes, bom dia, Carl e amigos. Carl, sempre foi a região de Porto Alegre. Not been there yet, Alto Alentejo. I know that Coach Turner, who's here this morning, had a great time, especially at the Tapestry Museum there. They make great textiles, don't they? In the Porto Alegre area. Anyway, we mustn't keep him waiting any longer. Thing is, he didn't ask me for some walk-on music. Should we help him and decide? I'm thinking of some Shirley Bassey. I was thinking of Goldfinger or Big Spender. He seems a Shirley Bassey kind of guy to me. Let's give him a nice big round of applause and bring him onto the screen.
Bom dia. I love that morning element song music, but I don't have one. Yeah, you'll come up with one, Carl. You're good for that.
Next time, I'm thinking to you. Next time, yeah. I'm
a tight spender. I'm not a big spender. I'm a frivolous spender. Frivolous spender. Bom, bonito e barato. 3 B's. 3 B's. Bom, bonito e barato.
Oh, okay. So what? Good, beautiful, and you like to make a saving. Is that a dating profile?
That's my yeah, you could find me on Tinder on that profile. Bom, bonito e barato.
Barbosa. Right. I've noticed that drivers are very respectful of transit cyclists, but really dislike Lycra cyclists, especially mammals. Oh, middle-aged men in Lycra, mammals there. Did you enjoy the gig? I thought it was fantastic on Sunday. Mel, let us know what you think of that. Tony, great to have you here. Is your Mino moist this morning, or have things dried up a little bit since we last spoke to you?
Oh, they're very dry and humid now, but not moist. We need moisture. I've been spending actually quite a few days lately in Spain at the beaches, wonderful beaches in Cangas, paradise, like powder sand beaches, white powder sand, crystal blue water. It's so warm that once you take a dip in there, it's a little chilly getting in, but then you're like, wow, this is the best to cool off, You need to be in an area to do that. And it's nature. So I love going there. We have the beaches here in Portugal. They're quite crowded. They're crowded everywhere. But, at this time around, especially the areas of like Moledo, Vila Praedão, Curaviana do Castelo, they're busy, extremely busy. And I like to go just a little bit off the beaten path. Even a nudist beach, or as they call it, a naturist beach. Yeah.
Really?
You don't have to. I go topless all the time now. So
Yes,
you know.
yes, yeah. Well, yeah, and as soon as word gets round, those beaches get really busy in the way that you're
Yeah,
trying
and
to avoid.
since you in Portugal now, you get fined if you pee in the water, and Spain hasn't caught up yet. So you know.
Okay, there's a few things here that obviously we need to catch up on. You can't just slip this into the conversation and expect to move on. Okay, so so basically, when things are getting a bit crowded in Portugal, you cross the border and find yourself a wild Spanish beach by the sound of it.
Oh yeah, I
Right.
love it.
Have you got any names? You got any names?
One is Praia de Vinho, okay, in
All right.
Cangas. Cangas is on the other side of Vigo. Okay,
Yes.
Vinho, N with the till above the N. O Barra, Praia da Barra. That's full nudism. Okay, so but Vinho is like a mix, and you know
Right.
what's great? I mean, whoever
What
has
do you mean
children.
by hold on? Full nudism, as in you're not allowed on there unless you're naked.
No, you can, but you're going to feel uncomfortable, so you might as well take it all off too. I mean, you know, you're going to be the only bandit on the beach with all the clothing.
Bandits. Right.
Bandidos.
Okay.
And so there's more family oriented beaches as well, like Nerga. Then you have Areia Brava, and there's some great places, even Aldan, Buel, to have a nice octopus or fish. I mean, that whole area there is great like that. So, and that's why I like to go there. Maybe sometimes I bring, you know, a little beers in a little one of the coolers, so you have something to eat or snack on and drink. But there's quite a few places there. The Chiringuitos. There's one in Villa Arosa, the Ilha de Arosa, okay, which is about, say, from the Spanish border, from the Minho to there is about an hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's a great place. Then you can even rent a small little kayak or boat, go on, or paddle, whatever you do, those things there. And there's beautiful chiringuitos or beach bars. You know, they call them chiringuitos. And there's one I can definitely recommend, Ufaro. Great friend. He actually was, him and his wife is British. They moved here many years ago, and they set up shop here. They go but beautiful day to spend. You spend the whole day there. So there's so many places. You go for the whole day. Early in the morning, you come back late at night.
Well, hold on a minute. The videos are starting up already, and the music. That's your walk on music with this incredible property that you've sent me. You might have turned that. That's really loud as well there, Tony. Right. Okay. So still, there are things that I need to unpack. Are there any other codes we need to know about the difference between Portuguese and Spanish beaches? It seems like the Spanish beaches might be a little bit more liberal because topless bathing in Portugal is not such a big thing like the French do it. Are the Spanish more open to sort of topless and nakedness?
Right. There's a big beach you have here, Playa America. Okay?
Right, okay.
Playa America. That's in Nigran. Yeah. If you have small children and you want to take for like bodyboarding and or something like that. It's a bay. It's like Sao Martinho do Porto, not as big as Sao Martinho do Porto, you know, like that. But you have a small bay, so it's very shallow. You know what I mean? It's not dangerous. It's safe. Extremely safe. Warmer there. Playa America, Bayona is a city, but its beaches are not there. Well, they have a small little beaches there. Playa America and the whole coast, you know, of the Spanish coast. They have some beautiful, and then the river beaches too. But I like the Atlantic. There's islands of seas. The Guardian actually classified them as one of the best beach nature in the world to visit. So Ilha Cias, which is right outside of Vigo as well. Fantastic. I mean, paradise. You know, crystal blue. You know, water, right? I mean, just crystalline. You see the fishy swimming in there.
Amazing.
No, and powder. You know, it's not that. That's the thing. The sand in Portugal. You know, when you're on the beach and it's a hot day, when you get up, you know, and you want to go take a dip, the sand is, you know, you're burning your feet, right? That's not the case there because it's powdered white, and we know what we're talking about. If people have gone to the Caribbean or Maldives or whatever, you have that powder white sand. That just doesn't stick to your foot or sticks to your foot, but it doesn't burn or anything like that. And you get that feeling like, wow, if there's pine trees there, but if there was any coconut trees or palm trees,
yes,
I'm in the Caribbean, and it's true.
Sounds amazing. Yeah, sounds amazing. And presumably there are some beaches you might avoid because some people like to express their full sexuality in these open spaces. Are there places that, if you were going out for a family trip and grandma's with you, are you going to end up in the wrong place? Are there places you should avoid as well? No? Okay. All right.
No. Then people go to the bushes for that, or something. They want a little more privacy.
Yeah,
So the bush.
grandma, I'm just off to the bushes. I'll be
Yeah, I'll be back, Grandma. Time us. We'll be right back. It's a
Yeah,
quick.
that's right. She ain't lost it. She ain't lost it. Right. Okay. Excellent. Well, thank you for that impromptu guide to the Spanish beaches. Just pop across the border. Yeah, some very interesting information there. Thank you, Taylor. That's what you come here for. Also, with real estate bargains from up in the north. Relatively speaking, of course, still an excellent secret you're guarding up there. But I think a few more people, as each year passes, more and more people are finding out about the wonderful part of Portugal. Where you are king. You're the rei of real estate.
Look at my picture. Spain on one side, Portugal on the other, the Atlantic at the end. That small little island is Island of Lovers. So maybe you can get a quickie there. That's the best place. Grandma, we're going to the Island of Lovers.
We're thinking of romance here, Tony. Pretty quick.
And that's Villanova de Cerveira, Caminha. The Minho River separates, Spain and Portugal, and it's a paradise. I'm blessed.
Isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely that you've got between Spain and Portugal an island of lovers? And presumably the stories, there must be great stories.
Ilha dos Amores.
Yeah, like of a Portuguese boy meets Spanish girl or vice versa, and the only way they feel safe because they don't want to upset their families is to meet on the island. Beautiful stories.
Forbidden love.
It's a Disney. It's a Disney right there. Right, fantastic. Is it true as well that you've helped Nicole Kidman move to Portugal, or can you not possibly say and disclose?
No, that's in the secret of the gods.
Sorry to have mentioned it. Okay, so this property then, what have you got here for us?
I got a property that if Nicole Kidman would have saw it, she would have loved it too. And she didn't have to spend, she didn't have to spend $3 million. She could have only spent less than $275,000. Ground floor, like a ranch house where it's all set on the same level, but then underground you have a full basement, ready to go. A quarter an acre of land, 2,000 square meters, nicely finished off. In a location, you're right close to Spain, and it's in Valencia, so Spain, Villanova de Cerveira, easy access, great neighbors too. It's on the Camino, the Santiago. Okay, it's on the Camino walk. So maybe as an investor, hey, you want to open up shop and rent out rooms or something, and even possibility to build extra on the land. Again, has a quarter of an acre, so it's right on the Camino. Might be a business opportunity for anybody. But what can you get for $275K? Ready to move in. This home, and it's built. It was beautiful. It wasn't built to sell. The people have got to move on with their life, so that's why they put it on the market. Very, very competitive value, of course. Has got an above ground pool. That'll be staying, of course. But it's set in a nice area, close and easy access. So that is the main features of this home, for sure.
There you go. There's the details for Tony there. Amazing. Right. And brilliant. Like I have this idea that a lot of Portugal is underground. If you think about the car parks, probably you've got as much Portugal again underground as you have overground. And this house that you're just showing us has a drive-in basement, right? You can go in there and you could run a business from there. This is these are incredible spaces, aren't they?
But it could be a second home. We always say that we put the in-laws there. You know what I mean? Put them down in the dungeon. And so but it's if you finish it off, I mean, there's a lot of potential still to do, but basically you have storage there, you have all the boilers, it has the central heating for pellets and also diesel. So but it's a big open space. It's the whole bottom of the house, basically. So you have almost 200 square meters to do whatever you want, like a family room, etc. But most people have that basement or annex where people just spend most of their time and then they just go sleep in the room. They have two kitchens, one outside that never use, maybe, and then they have the other one outside they use all the time, like that country kitchen. So there's that possibility.
And great value.
It's a nice flat piece of land too, and it's a perfect rectangle. There's a few trees, a few fruit trees there already, but somebody wants to build a swimming pool above ground, or already has, but if you want to build an in-ground pool or maybe a tennis court, plenty of things there to do. Again, and even as a business, the Camino de Santiago, just so you know, and I'm sure people know, the St. James Walk that starts basically in Porto, and there's two. You can come on the interior side or the water side. The Camino de Santiago is definitely one of those walks that has become a business in little micro economies. That people have small little restaurants or like little, hostels to rent out, whatever. There's a coffee shop. So you could do, it's possible to do that. But somebody living there permanently, I think the location is fabulous because you're on and off the motorway in 5 minutes and you don't hear it or see it or anything. You're easy. And then 10 minutes from Cerveira, Villanova Cerveira, 15, 20 minutes from Caminha, another from Vigo Airport. You're closer going to Vigo Airport. So flying into Stansted, for example, on Ryanair, they have from Vigo. You have, so if you don't want to go to Porto to back to the UK, you have from Vigo, which is international as well, and that's only less than 30 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes away.
That's great. That's a hack that you've introduced us to in the past, isn't it? The Vigo Airport. It's like Portugal's fourth airport in a way, isn't it? If you live up in the north.
Yeah.
Amazing. Right. So, what else is new? Give us a little bit of a report from the front line of people dealing with people from all around the world who are showing an interest in Portugal. Obviously, we've had two things going on. It's like yin and yang. We're going into August, so things presumably are quite quiet for you. And also, as we're in the run up to August, and I think a lot of politicians are glad of the rest at the moment. A lot of controversy and furore and difficulties with the immigration politics, and of course the ongoing IMA situation where people are struggling to get their residency renewals and appointments and so on. How's that been for you? Has that affected interest in Portugal at all from your point of view as somebody who flies the flag for the country around the world?
No. Portugal, that's what makes this beautiful. And that's why people love here. It's all that crazy, bureaucratic and waiting time and changes. That's what makes that. We love that. Charm. That's our charm. That's our charm. So get used to it. You're not going to change Portugal, but if you're lucky enough, Portugal will change you. I say that to people all the time. It happened to me. And so it makes you more quiet person. Portugal residency, you know what? Don't think that, okay, maybe it's going to take 10 years for somebody to become a citizen. And you know what? You do have to learn the language and you do have to learn the culture. Otherwise, you can't be a citizen of this country, period. Yeah. That's just something of any country. But after 5 years, somebody's here. After 5 years, you can request permanent residency. And that's for 10 years. It's issued. So you don't have to become a citizen of this country. And basically the citizen, if you have residency, who cares? People are here. They're living their best life in Portugal. It doesn't matter. It's not taxes. It's not this. You know what? It's about affordability. And Portugal is still by far one of the most affordable Western European countries. And that's why people choose to live here. And the healthcare. Yes. People say, well, it's bad. You know what? It's still cheaper than anywhere else. It's affordability. And the sunshine. And this and the beaches and the wine. Whoa, don't get me going. So
no, let's not. You've been inundating the wine club with your recommendations this week.
Oh my Lord, that's all I've been doing. You say what I've been doing. With friends this time of year, you get friends visiting. Then sometimes I'm going to be putting what we had for this past Sunday, and even it was a trilogy of sparkling wines. I think it is that we had. We just tried sparkling wines from Terras do Demo.
Oh, my favorite.
Oh,
really,
the rosé Terras do Demo is fantastic. That's a great wine.
I've not tried the rosé. I've had a couple of Espumante rosés just recently. I must do that because I didn't think I liked rosé Espumante, but it seems I do. Now, I want to take you back to what you were saying about permanent residency. Not enough is said about this, and I don't think people often understand the difference. And that's pretty attractive, isn't it? Permanent residency for 10 years and not to go in, certainly currently, with all this citizenship debacle. Citizenship can be very important. Situation like COVID again or similar. If we are traveling outside Portugal, we can get sent to our origin country and not allowed back to Portugal. Okay, that would change the game with citizenship, I guess, Emil. Thank you for that.
Residency is the same, Carl. Residency
is that right?
Okay. After 5 years, even now, after 5 years, you can, and at the 6th year, after 5 years of residency through any visa process, because every visa is a temporary visa. Okay, whether it's a digital nomad visa yearly, the D7 visa is a visa for 5 years, right? It's a program. The golden visa, the student visa. They're temporary visas that you have. If you live in this country for 5 years, you have the option, and I don't think that's going to change. You have the option to apply for permanent residency. Okay, so you have temporary for 5 years, and then you have the option. I don't. You're right. Maybe people don't talk about that. And we have clients from India, for example. From India, did you know that India? It makes it very difficult for them to have second passports because they would have to give up their Indian passport, which is not the case with the United Kingdom or US and other countries. You can maintain dual citizenship. India, no, because if you give up the Indian passport, they make it so expensive for you in taxes. And there's no dual tax. There's no treaty. Even if you live in Portugal, you're going to pay taxes in Portugal and in India, which is not the case with the US and other countries, right? So they make it important. So what does an Indian citizen do? Hey, you know what? I bought a property. I like coming to Portugal, my children, Europe. They request a permanent residency, and then you renew it every 10 years, okay? Permanent residency is for 10 years. You have 5. I'm surprised nobody's ever mentioned that, Carl, but it is.
I'm urging my colleagues at Expats Portugal to do a webinar specifically on the benefits. Well, first of all, to really go into the difference between temporary and permanent residency, and what it means, because it's not talked about enough.
You have short-term visas too. Short-term visas, long-term visas. Those are different things. It's not even for residency. It's visa. There's so many. Again, I'm no lawyer. I'm no accountant. But this is information that when we work with clients and lawyers, and we have meetings all the time, and you got to stay informed. As a broker, you have to know what's going on here in Portugal. Not only about real estate, but people. If you're helping people move here, you got to know some little bit of what's going on in terms of bureaucracy and laws, right? And bylaws. And so there's so many of them, but there's ways to do that, because even now, they're in September, they're going to be changing it. 10 years, I think is great. But you can apply for, is great for a waiting period. That's enough time for you to learn the Portuguese language. That's what I always say. I mean, if you're going to live here, you got to learn the language. You got to learn the culture and not change the culture and not change it.
Tony, you'd be proud of me. I was in my Junta de Freguesia learning about voting in the local elections. I managed to register, and I had pretty much all of my conversation in Portuguese. It was great. And yes, excuse me, a bit of a frog in my throat this morning. Clearly, a webinar of this kind would be useful. What is the length of time you can stay away if you have residency for 10 years? That's also a consideration with some of the rules for residency. If you're out of the country for more than a year, I think.
But that's temporary residency. That's temporary.
Okay, so clearly we need to take a look at this. Mel's got a really good point as well about
that is for temporary residence. Once you have a permanent resident, you're living here. You're a permanent resident. It's the same thing. You can live and work. There's no really you have the same benefits, going to the medical centers, etc.
No passport and no
passport. No, you keep your passport from the country you're in. After 10 years, you can apply for citizenship. And who knows? It may be if somebody is from a Portuguese-speaking country like Brazil or Africa, I think they're going to make it 7 years instead of 10.
Yes, that's the proposal. That is the proposal.
We'll see. You know what? That's the beautiful thing about our country. We don't know. We kind of throw. People say they want to change things, and maybe they do, maybe they don't, or maybe they make it fair to everybody.
Maybe it just blows over.
Just come here and figure it out. I mean, come with your eyes open. Or closed, but have eyes open, but you can put one of those little things in your eyes, so you could see kind of like a little bit of a mesh. Bring a mesh to cover your eyes, but leave your eyes open, but use a mesh, and that way everything's a little bit blurry, and you kind of just you go along and you're feeling, you're touching, you're smelling, you're
wine's quite good for that as well. And yes, then I think you still need entry visas to other EU countries without an EU passport. Yes, there's also that. We've got to do a webinar on that. It's a good thing to have come out of our conversation this morning, as with many other bits of information and suggestion. John, I'll come to your comment when you join me on screen in just a moment. I just need to thank Senor Barbosa here, who I dare say is off to the beach again in Spain, perhaps with a bottle of wine, Portuguese wine in hand. Find that property and others and get Tony's help moving to the north of Portugal. Infinite-solutions.pt. day. Tony, thank you very much. Bon dia to you. Have a great August. All the best, mate. Ciao, ciao. Ciao, ciao. There he goes. The man in the Mino. Right. Citizenship, very important. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much for that. We'll talk to John in just a moment after his walk on music, because he came to the San Martinho de Porto Good Times Disco and Karaoke. And this was the tune that he asked for and sang. Talking of sunglasses, I think that was the only bit that was missing, John, wasn't it? You thought you'd wished you'd worn your sunglasses, which would have been entirely appropriate for this tune. We'll play a little bit of it now. Let's make sure it's going through the right part of the system as well. Oh, that's messed it right up. Okay, let me see. Are you hearing that? Okay, let me just press a few buttons here, and when I do, by the time I've got this all figured out, I am going to go back to there we go, the start of the tune. Hold on. Okay, one more time from the top.
There's a man who leads a life of danger. To everyone he meets, he stays a stranger. With every move he makes, another chance he takes, odds are he won't live to see tomorrow. Secret agent man, secret agent man, they've given you a number and taken away your name.
Okay, nice big round of applause then, and let's bring the secret agent man, or secret Asian man, as he was also referred to that weekend. Joao do Norte, everybody. Come on, Buttons, do your thing. Hey, John, how you doing, secret Asian man?
Bom dia, Carlito.
Hola, bon dia, Joao. Yeah, it was great to see John at the gig. That was the tune you chose. I'd never heard it before, but it was excellent, and you did it very well. I have to say, John, secret agent man. No, I'd never heard it before until you decided to sing it that evening.
Well, there you go.
Very good indeed. Maybe a black suit and some shades next time. So how are you, John? How's life up there? You were saying earlier on it's been quite warm up in the north where you are, and you too, like Tony, have been getting to the coast to turn it down 10 degrees.
Yeah, well, to be perfectly honest, it hasn't been all that great up here for July, other than times getting away. But here in central north, it's been extremely hot, and air quality has been horrible with all the fires and things.
Of course,
so,
yeah.
Other than getting away to the coast and basically getting away to some of the places that Antonio mentioned, up in Spain, Bayona, and along the coast there, Oya and those vicinities, and along the coast north of Viana. There's some great beaches, great restaurants, great places to hang out for the day, and completely agree with what Antonio was alluding to. But and like I said, it's about 10 degrees cooler there, so very pleasant.
Wow.
You can pretty much count on that. We were just down at Villa de Con, having a wonderful evening meal down there and a drive back. So that can be very pleasant. But hanging out up here during the day, you're pretty much indoors unless you're getting up early to go for a 7 a.m. morning walk or something like that. But I have a regular group of guys that we go on a going on a Monday morning walk with, and we were doing that at 10 a.m. and then it became 9 a.m. and now it's 8 a.m. And also paddle. We play paddle on Thursdays, and usually that was an afternoon thing, like from 2 o'clock to 3:30 or so. And
Yes.
And now we have on Thursday this week, we're meeting at 8, because it's not an air conditioned, climate controlled facility. So You don't want to be playing paddle when it's 30 plus
No, right. Incredible. Incredible.
indoors with no breeze.
No. Okay. So yes, having a few hacks and tips and tricks there to get away from the heat, getting up early like a farmer, to attend to the business of the day, and also, as you mentioned before, some fires. The air quality's been obviously affected by that, and dismal to see. It seems to be the season, right? And you were saying quite a few of these have been started intentionally. Is the intelligence?
From some figures that I've seen, the vast majority seem to be intentionally started. Like
You're okay.
90%.
That's
There's
awful,
been no natural causes that can be determined. There's no lightning. There's no spontaneous combustion or whatever like that. These are all intentionally started, and they seem very predictable. If they put one out, then pretty much the next day or the day after, there'll be another one in a very similar area. So
yes. Yeah. Awful.
very
Right.
predictable.
Okay. Yes, and in no particular order. Yes, let's move away from the fires. I mean, they're part and parcel of life here, and we recommend always that people have the Fogosh.pt app, or go to the website or download the app for your phone. I've got other more cheerful clips from you here. I think I'm going to stay with the daytime footage. Let's see what we've got here from you. Thank you. I always love a slideshow from you. Oh, the open road.
Oh yes.
Where are we here, Joe?
This is actually above Oya. There's two Oyas along the Spanish coast. One's just south of Vigo, and this one is actually further south. It's halfway to Agarda, so between Agarda and Vigo, and they have these beautiful, wonderful roads.
Yeah,
you can explore.
That's a road made for driving, isn't it?
Yeah, so this was quite fun, and of course you have this wonderful view over the ocean. And right at the base of the mountain there is the little village of Oya, which has a pretty well-known famous monastery. And it's a very popular stopping point for the pilgrims going to Santiago.
Beautiful. Loving this. I'm transfixed by the road here. And of course, when you came, you drove your pride and joy to see us when you came the other weekend. Last month.
Yeah, I gave you a little drive.
I was able to put my foot down on the Atlantic Road as well. It was an absolute pleasure, joy to drive. And this
the Atlantica.
Yeah, it was incredible. And this looks like a very special road and another well-kept secret here. We've got some incredible roads here in Portugal for driving.
We do,
beautiful cars along. This is fantastic.
Yeah, so this carries on. Kind of see it below there, the Atlantic Ocean. Fantastic day.
Yeah, wonderful. Oh, look, there we go. There you
go. Yeah,
wonderful. A big Sur.
One of our favorite things to do up here is just to go for a little road trip for the day. And one of the things that this stretch of, if you've ever been up north and come up into Spain, there's a road that hugs the western coast of Spain, almost like Highway 1 in California, where the entire way you're driving right along the coastline, and there's sections of it that are just like Big Sur, just like Cypress Point and things like that, with similar trees and cliffs and whatnot. So if you enjoy driving, that bit of coastline is fantastic. One thing is it's a little bit different in Portugal. There's not really that much roadway which literally hugs the coastline, and you can just enjoy the nature drive along the coastline and cliffs. In Portugal, it's a little bit more, villages and you're inland. There's a bit of farmland in between the ocean and where the road is, and that sort of thing. So up there in Spain, it's literally right on the coastline.
Sounds fantastic. Yeah, and very reminiscent of Big Sur, which is known the world over. However, the roads you're talking about, I think, not many people seem to know about them. So what a joy to be driving them, and fairly quiet as a result, I suspect. Now, I think it looks like we've got a motor racing video. Is this Formula One or something similar? What's going on here?
No. This is if that's what you're going to be showing. This is going to be the largest and oldest auto racing in Portugal. Villanova, Villarreal.
Right.
So these are what do they call them? Hatches.
Yeah.
They are a lot of Peugeot 208s and 2.
Oh, I see. And where are we? Did you say? What's it? What town is this?
Villarreal.
Oh, okay, Villarreal.
Yeah.
And they just take over the local streets for a road race for a weekend or something.
Well, they don't really take over the most of the city center. This is a little bit east of the city center, but it's a road race, as you can see, and it's been going on for 100 years. It's the oldest and largest road race circuit in Portugal, and they're quite proud of that.
Yeah, it's incredible.
And it's honest to goodness, fully professional. This is a circuit, and it's over a weekend. And so there's a lot of different classes of racing. They have this the day after we were there. They were going to have the supercars racing, and of course this was the mid-range hot hatches. Not all Peugeot, but a variety of different things. So the BMWs.
I'm thinking quite good business if you're an osteopath in Villarreal the day after. These guys are just like, as the vehicle whizzes past, look, like meerkats.
Yeah, these guys are easily going 200 kph on those streets.
Are they?
Yeah,
along familiar streets. Wow.
Yeah.
Used to have a road race in Porto as well. That'll be exciting, wouldn't it? The streets of Porto, just down by the river there. Fantastic. We will come back to these residency questions that have come up this morning. It's a useful conversation, and I will push it over at Expats Portugal to get a webinar on this as well. But we've got more of the slideshow from John and Joao de Nort's adventures just recently. I think we're going to look at some nighttime activity now, John, in no particular order, but a performance here.
Não corras, vai devagar.
Oh.
Sonhos içados ao vento, querem estrelas varejar. Velas do meu pensamento, onde me quereis levar. Velas do meu pensamento.
John, that is delightful, and I know where that is. That's the bridge behind you there, isn't it? Illuminated at night, moonlight, beautiful music. Ponte Lima doing us proud there. Who was that? I mean, it was delightful.
Do you see this church over my shoulders here?
Yes, yeah.
Wait. Anyway, so it's literally right in front of that church,
Yes.
like right about there is where they had it set up. And that's one of the beautiful things that I enjoy about Ponte Lima is there's so many of these nice municipal venues that they have for cultural enrichment, concerts and things like that. So in the summertime in July, they have a concert series that they do over a period of a little over a week, where every evening at 10 o'clock, they have a concert. And so it can be, there was a cello quartet. There was this fado.
We've got another one. Yeah, we've got some more footage here, haven't we?
Yeah, Christina Cristina Branco is her,
Right, and that was the artist we just saw. If somebody wants to somebody wants to
and
follow
this
her
is
up. It's dropping out a little bit, but Cristina Branco.
yeah.
Wow,
But
that's quality.
This was the program that they put together, and so they have some classical music, you know, and then they have some fun stuff like Burt Bacharach playing,
Really?
and violoncello thing, and then the other video that I hope you'll play is another venue on the southern side, just next to the camera, and they played a mixture of classical music and a mixture of some more modern classical, if you will. So I have a fun clip for you to play.
Let's do that now.
I think you'll recognize the tune.
Okay, let's go. Oh, come on, computers. Help me out here. There we go. Amazing. That Henry Mancini, of course, isn't it? And they call me the Pavlova of the parallel bars. The theme from the Pink Panther there.
Theme from the Pink Panther, yeah.
Very good. Thanks.
Yeah, those of us of our generation, Carl and I, that would be our childhood Saturday morning cartoons, right?
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you've met the Pink Panther. The old Pink Panther. Isn't he ever so pink? Yes, absolutely. Saturday morning.
That was the theme. Yeah. No particular messages to the you know, whatever the day's cartoon would be. It was just him going about. He never said a word, you know, and then there was Inspector Clouseau or whatever was always chasing after him and failing and
lots of those animated scuffles were just lines and dust and
yeah exactly. Yeah.
Brilliant. What a lovely memory there. Thank you very much for your wonderful slideshow. Maybe a few minutes on your question as well. Back to sort of more serious business. You posed a very good question here. Permanent residency. Are you able to leave for indefinite lengths of time, unlike with temporary residence? We need to find out with this, don't we? Because I think people are turning their attention, thinking citizenship just seems like a real drag. Should I consider permanent residence instead? And there's also a taxation implication. If you become a citizen, I think that changes a taxation treaty considerations as well. Andrew's here this morning. Good morning to you, Andrew. Must not be absent 24 for more than 24 consecutive months or 30 non-consecutive months over 5 years. Is that for permanent or temporary? We're going to find out about all of this. Andrew, there is a 10-year one too, but not sure the exact details of restrictions for that. We will find out. What were you thinking with this, John? Was it something that's come out of the blue for you as well? You know, this idea of temporary or permanent or citizenship?
Well, not exactly. I know early on when we had just first arrived in talking with Gilda, I think it was, or with EI, pre-COVID, the temporary residency was a 1-year residency, and the wording of the regulation was no more than you were allowed to be out of the country up to 6 months consecutive or 8 months non-consecutive.
Right.
And the wording was for the period of the permit. It didn't say literally a year or whatever, but the permit itself was a year. So that 6 months or 8 months non-consecutive. But when they changed the regulation to be initially a 2-year permit for a non-resident, they didn't change the wording on the legality of being out of the country. It was still 6 months or 8 months non-consecutive, but now it just said length of the period of the permit. Well, now the period of the permit was 2 years, which is great, but the amount that you were allowed to be out now essentially was cut in half.
Yes.
And then when you get your renewal, which, by the way, Pam and I just got our renewals.
Well done. Congratulations.
Last week. So both of us are legal now for the next 3 years.
Excellent.
But for the next 3 years, same thing.
Yeah.
So it's still 6 months, 8 months. So now it's been split over three years. So that's even less time you can be out per year if you're going back to visit relatives or whatnot.
Yes.
And so when someone just said that 24 consecutive or whatever over a period of over a period of 5 years. So yeah, anyway, it's how you interpret those things. I mean, what does that exactly mean? Is that the actual regulation as per confirmed by EI or what? So
well, there's so much going on in that department, as it were, and I think we do need to have a specific webinar, an update on that. So I will continue to urge Jerry and Astrid at Expats Portugal to have that happen, and one Thursday evening we'll do that, and I'll keep you alerted on that. Have a great day, John. It's only just after 9, so it should be still quite cool up where you are. I hope it doesn't get too hot for you today, and that those arsonists have their arses kicked, if I may say so. Vitor was saying this. He wanted the return of medieval punishments for such people causing chaos up in your neck of the woods. And I think a lot of us would agree. You just get fed up with it, don't you? Year after year. So hopefully they will face some punishment if they're ever found, and people can live their lives without that sort of fear and spectre on the landscape there. And really enjoyed your slideshow this morning. Thank you so much. Carry on with your wonderful adventures and sharing them with us every month, John. So thanks a lot. Lots of love to you and the North, and Pam. Take care. Have a great day. And ciao for now, my friend. See ya. Thanks, John. Thank you indeed. Right. Suffice to say then, before we go this morning, that we'll have Simone with us tomorrow. Actually, John had a very good comment last time, or the time before, when Simone was on, talking about keeping one leg in the culture you come from as you step forward into the culture that you're making your new home in, obviously Portugal in this instance. And John was talking about, how there are the two legs, but there is your cultural brain, if you like, your head as well, and how important it was. I hope I'm not misquoting him, but the general gist was is to enjoy the things that are you, that make you in your new country, and the little treats and things and habits that you've had over a lifetime, and hobbies and so on. Do those, bring them with you, enjoy those to give you a sense of your own identity as you bridge that gap between the old culture and the new. We'll be talking about similar things with Simone tomorrow, and space for more music. So I'll just put the link in the chat again for you to request your musical requests over on the Portugal Club. And while you're there, why not learn Portuguese in 30 days? We're in our second run of the 30 days of European Portuguese, week 1. We're into run number 2 of this. It's not too late to join us. We're in week 1, day 2 of week 1. Not too late to join us. You can catch up if you're a Portugal Club member. That's all there for you as part of your package of being a Portugal Club member and supporter of the Good Morning Portugal endeavour. Have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Maybe there'll be more time to talk about me registering to vote in the local elections and how I've become involved as part of the I don't know what it would be called, lobbying or spheres of influence, certainly in local politics. It all seemed to happen in one day, which was yesterday, and I was flavour of the month with a couple of local politicians. So we'll see how that goes and unfolds. Have a great day, take care, and bye for now. Ciao.
In Portugal, there's a YouTube show full of fun facts you need to